Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Hey, listen, did you see the Flare Networks just touched down at ETHGlobal Prague? Tonight, we're unpacking why FXRP being part of this hackathon is a total game changer for XRPFi. Stick around if you want the inside scoop, baby, on how this move could send FLR and FXRP liquidity to the moon. We're going to get into it. Happy freaking Sunday to each and every one of you. I think, Crawbillies, I think people just kind of missed the Flare Networks talking about they're going to ETH Global, the hackathon, and they're going to be introducing F assets. It's an ETH Global hackathon. F assets introduced there for the first time ever. I mean, it's only the largest, arguably the biggest developer community in all of crypto. I mean, that's it. That's all. What the world? No one's talking about it. What the world? Hope you guys are doing awesome. Hope you guys are doing awesome, awesome, awesome. Carbilly's checked in first. Crypto is in the building. Crypto is here. What's going on, bro? Life is good. Life is good. Got up early in the AM this morning, drove a couple hours, go hang out at a monastery with my baby. Crawbilly says, flare to flare. Gonna get me more flare. I hear you. What's going on, Relentless Motion? I mean, this is a big deal. I think people missed it. Amy from Flare Networks put an interesting post out earlier today about what can you do with this FXRP. But I think people missed the bigger announcement. In my view, they're introducing F assets at this hackathon. A hackathon, ETH Global, major developer community, projects all up in that joint. New projects up and coming. You understand? I had to break out one of my favorite libations for this. This is cray cray. We're gonna get into a little back and forth with ChatGPT and what it makes of this this happening, this introduction to F assets at ETH Global by Flare Networks. It's good stuff. Pookie is here. It's good stuff. I'm telling you, it is good stuff. Payment XRP is in the building. What's going on, bro? Here in accounted for. I've been waiting on you to go live, CJ. Don't nobody give me my FLR fix like your channel, and I thank you. You're welcome, my friend. You are welcome. I had a little discussion earlier today in addition to this ETH Global Hackathon news. Like, what up with FXRP and Uphold? What up with this collaboration? What is that going to mean uh, in terms of liquidity for FLR? I'm probably not hopping on Uphold. I was an early account holder over at Uphold back in the day. Probably not hopping on there, but look, the partnership looks good. I know they're hooked up. I know Uphold is hooked up in some way, shape, form, or fashion with Ripple as well. So look, no need to go over the numbers, Barb. No need to go over the numbers because the market is just doing what the market does. We'll skip the numbers today. I want to share just real quick this post from Amy on what things we all probably know these things. Amy from Flare Networks, what can we do with the FXRP? We all probably know that. But I wanted to share that post. Again, the market's just doing what it does, fam. Bitcoin's about 105,000. XRP is about $2.17. Ethereum is about what, 2,500? About 2,500, I guessing. So we is about what? I don't know, $2.80, $2.90, something like that. It's just the market, it's just doing what it does. It's just doing what it does. It's going to be ranging there for a minute. It's gonna be ranging. I ended a leveraged LP position, leveraged liquidity pool position. Yeah, hanging out in Solana. That was cool. Leveraged, not just a regular LP with APR, a leveraged LP with APR. It's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. Barbie says, hey, Captain CJ. Top of the evening to you, Pookie. Appreciate you checking in, Barb. Pookie Barb said, hey. Payment XRP said Uphold is the second largest holder of XRP other than Ripple. Is that right? Also, Uphold announced you can get your paycheck direct deposited on Uphold 4% XRP. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. FLR is currently up 8.7%. Biggest bubble on crypto bubbles. Is it really? How about that? You mean banter bubbles? How about that? Wine taxi, bro. We know you're home. Yes, sir. Got one of my favorite libations. I mean, so, are you guys paying attention? Kevin Land. What? What? Kevin Land is in the building. What's going on, bro? It's been a minute. How are you, my dude? It's been a minute. Any word from XRP Las Vegas? Any word? I wasn't hanging out. I've been outstanding, Kevin Land. How have you been? Life is good. Any word from XRP Las Vegas before we get into Amy's post on what you can do with your FXRP? I know my guy, one of the dudes from the channel, Rick Cisneros, went hanging out. Not at the event, but at the parties. And by the way, you got to give props where props is due. Um, Matt Haugen from Bitwise was impressed with the turnout at XRP Las Vegas. Like Matt Haugen of Bitwise, been to some events in crypto. Been to some events in crypto. Was impressed by the turnout at XRP Las Vegas. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And he also had to say some very positive things about the community. So Bug got a little gnat smell on my wine, trying to hop into my wine, Kevin Land, and I'm not gonna let it happen. Oh, you've been working nights, but I'm back. Nice. Oh, appreciate you checking in. You get them little gnats flying around trying to get into my wine, man. That's not gonna happen. Payment XRP says, I think Uphold had the biggest presentation at XRP Las Vegas. Really? I didn't go, so I don't know what was good there. Challenging that like button, friends. There you go, Crawbillas. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button on the way in. That'd be super, super awesome and super, super cool. You know how we do. We always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the stream. Oh, Kevin Land with the super chat. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Kevin Land with the super chat. This little gnat, man. You know how I get with them bugs. Little gnat hanging around my wine. Don't like it. I appreciate that, Kevin Land. XRP should be big. Can't wait to hear Hugo. Payment XRP. Oh, XRPL Apex should be big. Yeah, I can't wait to hear that as well. Yeah, for the first Flare event, I'm strongly considering um um heading up and or being a part of a Flare event. I'm really strongly consider it. I have to look at the ecosystem, the Flare ecosystem, and who will be the participants there. But I've been thinking about that big time, like the MCs and whatever there. I think that would be awesome. My only guess is that I think they would want to do things internationally as opposed to just in the States. That's my only reservation. That's my only reservation. But yeah, I think that would be nice because um, I think Flare is gonna have a bigger ecosystem than what people think. I think just people don't understand. You know, I don't think people understand. Like it's gonna have a big ecosystem for sure. I think people like they don't understand. They don't understand. Go ahead and get a new stamp in that passport, CJ. Yeah, I hear you. Look, we like to get up and go. Trust me. But I was just, my guess is the FLR community and the XRP community is probably more stateside than international. So that would be the only challenge with that. But yeah, I have been strongly considering doing that for sure. And that would be nice. That would be really nice because then we can uh, get more layman versions, I think, of presentations and stuff like that. Obviously, it's a Flare Networks event, so those people from Flare will be there. But yeah, I think that would be really cool. I love the gear. I already love the gear. I love the Flare gear. Love that shade of pink. Love it. Maybe I'll just maybe I'll maybe I'll host a MC or something like that. But anyway, would love yeah, that would be cool, I think. That would be really cool. All right, let's get into it. Oh, is the uphold presentation. Oh, really? Okay. Got it. Anyone else was there at XRP Las Vegas? Yeah, uphold is an interesting one there. Interesting one there because it's not an exchange. You know, it's it's like Coinbase, but not as I don't know. Anyway, I digress. Let's get into this. Let's get into this thing here. I appreciate you guys checking in. Hit that like button on the way in. That'd be really awesome. If you didn't get a chance to do so yet, no worries. Just collapse the chat real quick. Go smash the like and come back and hang out with the Crypto Siege and family. All right, what do we got going on here? Let me share the screen. I want to share Amy's post. I think she's head of like community marketing or something like that at Flare Networks. Share her post here. Appreciate you guys checking in. People are sleeping, Amy. They're sleeping on this FSS introduction to at ETHGlobal Hackathon. They're sleeping on it by Flare Networks, I think. But let me share this real quick. This is from Amy. And what is she again? Yeah, head of marketing, comma, well, parentheses, with community at the core for Flare Networks, head of marketing. Okay. All right. We have DeFi for XRP now. What year is this? That's nice. 2025 is the year of XRPFi. What can you actually do with XRP on Flare in 2025 and beyond? Provide liquidity, lend and borrow, liquid staking, re-staking. Issue a stablecoin. Like, I'm just not sure if people understand what is about to go down. Like, what the world? I just locked up two LP tokens on Flare, two liquidity positions on Flare. I locked them up. Locked them up. Right? So not just wrapping and or staking, not just being in a liquidity pool, but I also locked up the LP positions. I mean, if you understand what's about to happen in late summer, I want to look into that locking. You might want to. Not telling you to. Might want to look into it. All right. So provide liquidity with your XRP, FXRP. Lend and borrow with your FXRP. Liquid staking with your FXRP. Restaking with your FXRP. Issue a stable coin with your FXRP. Hugo breaks it down in this quick overview. But let's be honest, DeFi still sounds like wizard magic to most people. Stick with me for 5 minutes for a no BS DeFi 101. You will have the upper hand if you understand just a few basics. Indeed, miss, indeed. But number one, provide liquidity. You drop your tokens into a liquidity pool, a big pot of assets sitting in a smart contract on a decentralized exchange like Uniswap on Ethereum, or SparkDex, BlazeSwap, or ETHGlobal on Flare. Okay? Uniswap on Ethereum, or SparkDex, BlazeSwap, Enosis on Flare. Why? So people can trade between assets. Like we say in our Patreon, the mastermind, you're providing a service. So why? So people can trade between assets. You're effectively letting the pool use your tokens to keep the system running smoothly. And this is the thing that I don't get about people getting in crypto. Like, I don't understand it. How are you in crypto and not in DeFi? For the life of me, don't understand it. You're supposed to be walking away from the old traditional financial system. I thought we were trying to get out of that. I thought we were trying to beat down old money. I thought that was the deal. Well, how do you not participate in some shape, form, or fashion? 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, 10%, 15%, 20%, 25%. In DeFi. You understand what DeFi is, right? DeFi is all of us needing each of us, and each of us needing all of us. You understand? I'll go a little Wi-Fi issue. Just started. Little Wi-Fi issue. What's going on? Little Wi-Fi issue. You understand? We want to increase the size of the pool. Why? So everyone can participate. Do you understand? DeFi is how we win. DeFi is how we create massive cash flow. DeFi is how we hurdle the hurdle rate of 12% rather, debasement of that dirty, nasty fiat. DeFi is how we say, no, I'm good. I'm not trying to, dress up, walk down to the local bank and beg for money. DeFi says, I'm good. I don't need to borrow against my Bitcoin at 12 to 15%. I can do that in DeFi. I can hang out at Aave. That's what DeFi is. And you guys don't got 1%, 0.5%, a quarter of 1% to support the thing that's supporting you, but you got auto insurance? And health insurance? And life insurance? Same concept. If you're paying attention, same concept. All right. So people can trade between assets. You're effectively letting the pools use your tokens to keep the system running smoothly. Remember, the only way that we win against old money is coming together collectively with a common goal. Every little bit helps. Why? In return, you get LP, liquidity pool tokens. Basically, a wrapped receipt that says, hey, this is your share of the pie. Want your tokens back? Hand in the receipt. I like the way she puts that. For your trouble, you earn liquidity rewards. Sometimes in the native tokens, sometimes in other protocol tokens. That's why liquidity pairs, what assets you're in, is the number one consideration. Don't listen to people telling you about them APRs. They don't understand. All right, number two, lend and borrow. Your deposits. You deposit your assets into a money market like kinetic markets, letting others borrow them, and you earn yield on that. One of the reasons I was able to take a levered position on my liquidity pool, a leveraged position at 2x leverage, is because people are participating in DeFi and lending me the other half, lending me the other X of the 2X. You understand? That's how it works. All right. So, and you earn yield or interest on that. Alternatively, you can borrow assets like big stable coins, USDC or US dollar tether zero against your collateral. Classic, classic DeFi move. Depending upon the cycle, staking. And what I mean by that is a different strategy for the bear cycle, and there's a different strategy when it comes to lending and borrowing the bull cycle. They're different, but they're strategies. Staking. This is where you lock up your tokens to help secure the network. I just did that. Well, this is a form of locking. This is where you lock up your tokens to help secure the network. Think of it like saying, I'm backing this blockchain with my assets. I like the way Amy put that. Nicely done, miss. Nicely done. On Flare, you delegate that weight, FLR, to infrastructure providers who keep the network running and provide data. What do you get? Rewards, usually from the network's inflation or fee distribution. Liquid staking takes it one step further. Instead of simply locking up FLR, you stake it through a liquid staking protocol like Scepter. Indeed. Stake FLR through it and get S for staking or Scepter FLR, a liquid token representing your stake. Then you can use your SFLR in other DeFi strategies while earning staking rewards. Genius in motion, this liquid staking. Just ask Lido or ETHGlobal. Genius in motion. And we're early to Scepter. Hope you get that. We're early to Scepter. Hope you get that. Restaking. How we get a little spicier. Restaking is when you reuse your stake tokens. Okay, so that would be Light or ETHFi. Stake tokens, FLR, ETH, soon XRP, to help secure other apps on side chains, restaking. Why this matters? Because new projects and chains don't have to bootstrap their own security or spin up a whole validator set. Instead, they tap into existing, economic security. It's more efficient and unlocks extra rewards for you. For context, people have already dropped about $19 billion worth of ETH and Bitcoin into restaking protocols. There it is right there. Eigenlayer, Babylon Protocol. Babylon is definitely Bitcoin. And Symbiotic. I think Eigenlayer is ETH. Babylon is Bitcoin. Not sure what Symbiotic is. 19 billion. Synthetic or stablecoin minting. Okay, there's one more advanced. Oh, no. Okay, this one is more advanced. Yeah, kind of. Here, you mint a stablecoin designed to stay pegged one-to-one to something like the US dollar. But instead of relying on regular money reserves like the dollar or USDC stablecoin, the system uses clever delta neutral strategies. By the way, that's a that's a TradFi strategy, but you can do it in DeFi as well. Delta neutral. It's high level stuff. I have not taken a delta neutral position yet, considering it, but it is a DeFi play. Example, the protocol holds staked XRP and opens a short position to hedge out price swings. It's how you get decentralized, scalable stablecoins native to XRP. A core piece if you're dreaming of exponential XRPFi growth and institutional adoption. The TLDR of it all, says Amy. Yeah, it can sound abstract, but honestly, once you start messing around with small amounts, it's surprisingly hands-on and learnable. Flare already has all these DeFi primitives running. They do. Restaking and the minting part already. In any case, once you start messing around, I already read that. Flare already has these primitives running. I read that. You don't need a giant stack of funds to start learning. Just start with a small amount. And if you don't have it, just borrow it from your kids. Your kids got it. Your kids got it. Just start with a small amount, a smart amount to test things out. Nicely done. Nicely done, Amy. Nicely done. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there's a video, a post on X out there with Hugo. Happy Sunday, Jungle Inc. What's good with you, bro? There's a post out there with a picture of Hugo Fillion with the guy from SBI VC Trade. You know, just saying. What's going on, Isam? How are you, bro? My boy CJ, good to see you again. Good to see you, bro. Appreciate you checking in. Barbie says, exactly, CJ. It's unbelievable how many don't participate. It is. It's alarming. They don't understand the bigger picture, unfortunately. They think this DeFi is some risk thing. No, the risk is in not taking a risk. That's the real risk. Look, DeFi, each of us needs all of us need each of us. How you hanging out with medical insurance and auto insurance and you're not participating in DeFi? Explain that to me. Make it make sense to me. We can't win against our money if we don't come together. Why do you think dividend paying whole life insurance policies are so popular amongst the wealthiest of wealthiest? Why do you think that is? Number one, because they own it. And number two, because you can leverage it. You get a group of people coming together collectively towards a common goal. That's what a dividend paying whole life insurance policy is. It's not a whole life insurance policy. You understand? Do your homework. Read the books. Start out with R. Nelson Nash. You'll get it. You'll get it. Pookie says, I just locked some up. Nice. Locked up them LP positions. If you know, you know. I mean, I wouldn't go much longer than 3 months, but if you know, you know. Do you understand what locking up does? It's different than delegating. It's different. If you believe in the Flare ecosystem, I mean, did you look up what locking? It says a new feature on SparkDex. Did you hit it? And then you hit the learn more? Did you de-risk yourself and become better educated? What's going on, Jungle? How are you, bro? Peter Summers, what's up? Evening all. How would impermanent loss work with SFLR, FLRLP as SFLR goes up? I do not think I like the math. Well, you got to know how the scepter thing works, my friend. It's an easy move. It's easy to mitigate substantially impermanent loss with SFLR and WFLR. Right? You got to educate yourself. They tell you the exchange rate. They tell you it before they change it, publish it. It's just got to know rate. It doesn't change. Check the data. It's a very minimal thing there. You got to check the data though. You got to de-risk yourself. What do I mean by de-risking? You got to learn more about what it is that you're doing. Information's out there, is available. It's out there. Our guys over at Flare Forward, they did a video on it. Like a short little 3-minute video. Wasn't long at all. It wasn't long at all. And even if you're out of range, it's flare and flare. Like, you know, essentially, I notice a difference. It's a little bit more to one versus the other, but it's not gonna like you're not gonna go broke, right? Excuse me. But you have to de-risk yourselves. Like people want returns on their investment without the number one investment in yourself. People want these ROIs, but not willing to invest in themselves. Again, I ask you, did you hit the um, lock your tokens thing up on SparkDex and hit learn more? Did you look into it and see what's good? This is finances. This you got to educate yourself. Sorry, Joe. Oh, Barb. Joe Buddy checked in. What's going on, Joe? Missed you checking in, brother. How are you? B Johnson 2000 says, can't wait to jump into the XRPFi LPs when they become available. Yeah, I hear you, my friend. Have you got some test experience going on, B Johnson? Do you got some testing experience? Hope you got some testing experience on Flare. It's very inexpensive to do so. Peter, you understand what I'm saying, bro? Like it's out there. That little range between exchange rate between SFR and WFLR. In fact, Scepter just got a little quiz going on right now. Can you guess the exchange rate? They're gonna tell you what that little exchange rate is right before they change it. I think they do it right before they change it. They tell you. And then you just do a little simple little calculation. And if you're interested, you enter the liquidity pool. Joe Buddy says Flair has a long way to go for me to believe in the project. I bought all my FLR, so there is that. I did too. I bought all my FLR as well. But I want to see their headquarters. I want to know how many developers work in that headquarters. How many videos have you watched, Joe? What's the size of the team over Flair Networks? Do you know? Because it's out there. It's published. It's talked about. How many videos have you watched? How many dev community spaces have you been in, Joe? I'm asking you to ask yourself that because they do developer dev community spaces. I believe in their Discord and on X. Have you checked it out? Have you done your due diligence? I mean, I'm asking you to ask yourself honestly. Have you done that? Barbie says that 46% APY in Scepter is more than enough for me. I hear you. I mean, 46%. That smashes my 3% a month goal in DeFi. 46%. Yeah, those are great questions. Joe says, does Flair have a board? Who of note is on that board? Who left the board and why? Yeah, it's all available. It's all available, my friend. It's all available. You got to check it out, though, right? That's what, right? This is why we say all the time, Joe. I believe we are all on a journey of becoming a sophisticated investor. What does a sophisticated investor do? Not only do they ask smart questions like Joe is asking, they go do their due diligence. It's out there. You know, Pookie says, my plan is to see FLR in 2030. I like it. I like it. Isam says, exactly, CJ. Everything is out there for us to look up. It is. You can't just rely on a guy on YouTube. You can't just rely on that. Not if you want to become a sophisticated investor. You can't. Imagine Warren Buffett just relying on some dudes on YouTube, right? Uphold has started the domino effect. I agree. That's interesting that Uphold would be the first to kind of mention it. But, Hugo said XRPFi is the foundation of it is it's set. It's good to go. And I'm paraphrasing. I'm paraphrasing. We ain't waiting around for a retail to decide to do DeFi. I'm paraphrasing. Paraphrase. That's just me saying it. That's not Hugo. Hugo ain't saying that. Hugo is, let me say that again. Hugo didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing. I'm just saying it. Okay. Don't go get Hugo in trouble or get me in trouble saying Hugo, the CJ said Hugo said. I didn't say that. I didn't say Hugo said it. I'm saying it. Rick Cisneros says CJ at the Las Vegas airport going back to LA at 6 p.m. Oh, nice, bro. Appreciate you checking in. How was the meetups and the XRP party after parties, bro? I was just asking about you earlier in the live stream. Sam says CJ is the original OG when it comes to Flair. Learned mostly from him alone. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. Peter Summers says, nice to see some large influencers talking Flair. Now things do seem to be picking up. Yeah, it's unfortunate, and I'm glad that Garlinghouse subtly, little tap on the wrist, little what the about the XRP maxi stuff. It was good to see him speak on that, in only the way that Brad can do it, Garlinghouse. So that was nice to see. Look, when are we going to realize that the real enemy is old money in a system that's rigged against you? It's not BTC maxis. They don't know. These BTC maxis, let me tell you something. They don't know. If they're out here spewing stuff against any other digital asset besides a scam, they don't understand who the real enemy is. The real enemy. Let me stop this sharing here. The real enemy. And if they understand the true mantra of crypto back in the day, the true ethos, the reason why we own all these altcoins, don't you? No, why do we own these altcoins? It's so we can get more Bitcoin. If you want more people owning more Bitcoin BTC Maxi, you should be celebrating altcoins. Celebrating them. You should be like, what the world? You should be celebrating them. You got to know who the real enemy is. This system where a group of 4, 5, 6 families came together to hoodwink and bamboozle the rest of us. Those are the facts. The FACTS, and they are indisputable. You got to do your homework on the Rockefellers. You got to do due diligence on the Rockefellers. Don't just read the book, What Would the Rockefellers Do? I mean, it's good to read that one, but you got to do your homework. The system has been rigged against you. And crypto and DeFi is the answer, my friends. But if we keep tearing each other down, old money will come in here on the divide and conquer tip and divide us. All right, let me get into this here. Let me read a couple more chats here. Did I miss anyone coming in? Then I'm going to get into this little chat GPT back and forth for me and chat GPT about what does it mean that Flare Networks is introducing F assets at ETHGlobal in Prague. What does that mean for holders, for the ecosystem? Isam says the moment XRP officially started stating FXRP slant DeFi, that's when all the XRP maxis that lost hope in Spark will start to flood back in. Time will tell. I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, because this whole idea, if one of the things we teach all the time is you gotta be able to come to your own conclusion. It's massive. You got to be able to live and die on your own decisions. You got to know that you can get up from a Celsius. You got to know that you can get up from that. You know what they say, knock down 7, get up 8. You got to know. You got to move with certainty. But if you don't know, Barbie, you'll be hanging on someone else's words. You'll be looking for someone else to blame. You can't win like that. Well, how do you move like that? You got to do your homework. You got to do your due diligence. You got to level up. It's not hard. You can do it. I promise you. If you manage to get out of that, hell education system, if you manage to get through the 12th grades of that madness, surely you can become a sophisticated investor here. I mean, you got algebra and geometry. What's the other one? What's after algebra and trigonometry? You got through that. Trust me, I went to a math, science, and engineering school. Can you imagine? And I ended up air traffic controller. Anyhow, all right, so let me get into it. Oh my God, physics, yes, Pookie Pookie. Gym, somebody's going to the gym. You ready to go to the gym? Peter? All right, let me share this little back and forth. Let me find it first. Find my little prompt. Where's my prompt? Um, what do I want to do here? Let me find my little prompt. Where's my prompt? Yes, nice back and forth. Nice back and forth. What did I say? I said for the first time, F assets are part of our hackathon. This is from Flare Networks. For the first time, F assets are part of our hackathon, inviting builders to use FXRP in dApps, unlocking XRP's power in DeFi. So I put that in there from Flare, and I said, let's have a little conversation with ChatGPT. Hey, friend, it says, This little announcement from Flare landing at ETHGlobal Prague is way more than just a photo op. It's a full-on signal. It's a full-on signal that Flares that's insanely bullish for F assets. It's a full-on signal flare. Nice. That's insanely bullish for F assets. Here's my take on why this is such a game changer. Developer spotlight on FXRP. Developer spotlight, equals rapid ecosystem growth. Why it matters, by having F assets, specifically FXRP, officially included in the hackathon. Which hackathon? ETH Global. ETH Global. Flare is effectively saying, hey, Ethereum-centric devs, come build on top of XRP right here on Flare. ETH Global events draw some of the most creative, ambitious engineers in crypto. They're the ones dreaming up novel DeFi protocols, NFT marketplaces, cross-chain bridges, on-chain games, automated market-making algorithms, literally everything. Having XRP as a hackathon theme means two things: new use cases, fast. Builders won't have to hack together messy bridges or write complex wrappers. They get an official SDK and tooling for XRP, Foxtrot XRP, right out of the gate. Expect prototypes of XRP denominated lending pools, algorithmic stablecoins collateralized by FXRP, or even yield optimizing bots that auto-rotate FXRP between various dApps. And let us not forget, on a little side note, that Flare does have a AI or a Flare AI SDK. Critical mass of builders. ETH Global's community is huge. Hundreds, if not thousands, of teams show up. Even if just 10 to 20% of attendees decide to experiment with FXRP, that's dozens of fresh projects in a matter of days. Compare that to waiting weeks, a month for organic adoption. This is the thing. This is what I was trying to say in my thumbnail, this live stream. What is the hidden play by Flare Networks introducing F assets at this hackathon? Think about that. Compare that to waiting weeks or months for organic adoption and see how fast F assets can go from cool idea to a real dApp in people's hands. More projects equal more eyeballs equals more liquidity. ChatGPT's got a personal opinion here. I'm personally pumped about this because, says ChatGPT, I'm personally pumped about this because developer mindshare is the single biggest multiplier for any blockchain's DeFi ecosystem. Once you get a few high quality hackathon builds, and especially if they win prizes or go on to incubators, you'll see a ripple effect. Other devs think, if they're on Flare, maybe I should build there too. Then you throw on this little side thing of liquidity, XRP liquidity. Then you throw on this little side thing of a massive, intelligent XRP community. That's why Matt Haugen was singing the praises at the XRP Las Vegas attendance numbers. And here's a dude that's been to all kind of crypto events. He spoke to the sheer number of people showing up, and he spoke to the engaged, energetic, and convicted community. You don't think devs pay attention to that stuff? Of course they do. You'll see a ripple effect. Other devs will think, if they're on Flare, maybe I should build there too. That network effect is, what is that? Network effect. This is the thing we talk about all the time, Peter Summers. Network effect, going up and to the right of the network adoption curve. That network effect is exactly what makes me uber bullish here. That's what I said. I said uber bullish. But I said it in ChatGPT, picked it up. This was, by the way, the thing I just read was ChatGPT's opinion. Just so you know. Just if you're wondering if these AIs are becoming more agentic. ETHGlobal credibility boosts institutional and retail trust. And why does that matter? ETHGlobal isn't a random meetup. It's the equivalent of SS Sierra X-Ray Sierra Whiskey here in Tejas, or TechCrunch Disrupt for Ethereum builders. When Flare shows up with F assets on the ETHGlobal stage, that legitimizes the entire concept of XRP in DeFi in two big ways. Number one, institutional confidence. Number two, retail hype and FOMO. Another opinion from ChatGPT. Here, I'll read it. Institutional and retail trust are the lifeblood of sustainable DeFi growth. ETHGlobal provides a stamp of serious, battle-tested dev ecosystem, which in turn lowers the barrier for big players like exchanges, custodians, and auditors to embrace F assets. That credibility is not something you can buy overnight. Being at ETHGlobal is a shortcut to that credibility. I, says ChatGPT, would call that very, very bullish. Sam? Very, very bullish. If you know, you know, baby. If you know, you know. B. Johnson says yes. I asked B. Johnson a question a while back in the stream, and he said yes. Let me see what that question was. Didn't you ask a question or something, B. Johnson? Oh, yeah, I did. I asked you if you had been doing some participating in some LPs prior to FXRP getting on Flare. And you said, yes. Glad to hear that, bro. Proud of you. Proud of you, bro. Assam says even ChatGPT is optimistic about Flare. Aha. Yeah, you know. You know. Yeah, so there it is, fam. That's just a little of my back and forth. Maybe I'll share the rest of it in a live stream or a recorded video. But I just think people missed it. People missed that. So I needed to gather some insights so I could share with you guys. It's a big deal, this ETHGlobal F assets and this hackathon around F assets. It's a big deal. Strategically done, I have to say. Shout out to Hugo and the team. It's a big deal. It is a really, really big deal. It's great for FLR holders, by the way. I think this uphold thing, you know, look, if you're liking the announcement with uphold and Flare, just think about the other dudes that are going to be participating in this. Have you thought about that for a second? Have you thought about demand for FLRs, collateral? Kind of been paying attention to it. I get it. We still got Flare drops. I get it. We got LPs. I get it. Someone might want to consider locking up the LPs. I mean, you know what they say. Did you lock up some LPs? How you asking some people to lock up LPs? You ain't lock up none. Locking that up means, can't be withdrawn, and I don't even think you can claim rewards. It's just locked up. You know what lock up means? If you can't create some sell pressure, it's just locked up. You're taking more of the circulating market. I don't know. I did my part. I did my part. A little over 10%. Did my part. Just 3 months from now, we're going to be in the summer doldrums. It'd be nice to have some elevated LPs. Some benefits I understand from locking it up, if you understand. Not telling you to do it. I'm just saying, let me share this. Just hit this little button over here. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up for you, Rick Cisneros. You on a plane yet, bro? 6 o'clock. Wait a minute. So you're in LA. It's 2 hours. But you should be boarding. All right, let me do this real quick before I share the screen. Yep, I closed it out. All right, so let me share. Let me share the screen real quick. SparkDex.ai. You can learn about locking. Just level up. You want to de-risk yourself. How do you de-risk yourself? You can level up. Learn more about what it is that you're in. You know what they say? It takes about 5 years to figure out what it is that you're doing here. Like, what is this thing, this crypto thing? It takes like 5 years. Then it takes another 5 years to know that you know that you know. I'm right at year 10. How about that? No, 2026 will be year 10. All right, so SparkDex says right over here, this liquidity locker on SparkDex, right up here, right top left. Liquidity locker. You can just hit new right there. Straight Fire says, powered by Team Finance. Well, who's Team Finance, man? Well, you got to go with the DeFi Llama, find out who Team Finance is, guys. I saw them earlier today on DeFi Llama. Go to DeFiLlama.com. 2 L's for DeFi Llama. And you can just type in Flare right here in the search. And you can see there's Flare there. And you can see who's part of this Flare ecosystem and this DeFi ecosystem. Who is it? Well, you got SparkDex and Kinetic and Clearpool and Scepter, Enosis and Blaze Swap, Ichi. I thought Ichi was one chain. Why is it saying 26 now? Anyway, Cyclo. No, man, that's confusing. Cyclo is one chain, only on Flare. You can steer protocol, interesting liquidity manager. We got 2 liquidity managers, Ichi and steer protocol. Interesting. Liquidity managers becoming popular. There's a new one on Solana. It's called DeFi Tuna. Don't hang out there if you don't know what you're doing, though. Team Finance, there it is right there on 18 chains. At one time, 5 billion they were responsible for. 5 billion. There's Team Finance right there. Right? So it's Team Finance. One of those 18 chains is Flare Networks. So right there it says powered by Team Finance. So you can hit the new button here just to help you guys out a little bit. Get the laptop to work. Hit this new. And I'm going to share a little thing with you. It says add liquidity lock. Liquidity lock can help prevent fraudulent activity. Is that right? Where the primary liquidity provider redeems all their LP tokens, leaving other investors unable to sell. Is that right? All right. Can't click that. What the world? Let me try this again. Why is it not letting me click it? I just read it. I just read it, Peter Summer. Well, we can't hang out with perps. Is that because I'm not signed on, you think? I mean, signed on. Can my wallet's not connected? I don't think so. You think so? I don't think so. Let me watch this app again. There it is. Huh, come on. It's not letting me click it. You can click that new button and read what exactly is locking up, how it works. But you can see here 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 2 years. It tells you about the advantages of locking up the stuff. And, just think about it. There's staking, right? But you can unstake, right? You can click the stake, you can click the unstake. There's delegating, you can click the delegate, and you can click the undelegate, right? It's pretty liquid, right? But when you lock something up, you got some time frames there, right? You can lock up your LP positions. Very popular thing in DeFi, locking up LP positions. Team Finance offers 6 options: 3, 6, and 9 months, 1, 2, and 5 years. Ask the people over at Curve back in yonder days. They had a 4 or 5 year lockup. Those dudes, whoo, wow, they did okay after that 4 or 5 year lockup. Anyway, that's what you can do there. It's pretty cool. We got a first um it's LP positions, by the way. So you first gotta approve it, and then you lock it. So it's 2 transactions to make that happen. I did it. I did it. Or how else would I come here and ask you to consider doing it? I don't know why the learn more button is not happening for me. But there it is. David Stanley's in the building. What's going on, bro? David says, could be the crypto that changes people's financial status the most. Mm, how about that FLR ecosystem? I've mentioned that. Peter had this. Peter's gone. Thanks for checking in, Peter. Appreciate you being here, my guy. Limelight Studios. Okay. What's up, Limelight? Rick Cicero says Flair one day will work with Hidden Roads institutions for its clients to provide DeFi services similar to Uphold's partnership. Without question, bro. Rick has got that. He's got that thing. Like some people don't understand the definition of vision is seeing it before the masses see it. Right? That's why Helen Keller was asked one time, she said. Helen Keller was asked, what's worse than being blind? She said, having sight but no vision. Classic. Have a safe flight, bro. We'll catch up again, Rick. Rick getting on board now. Richard Hart will be out of prison before the lockup. Yeah, 5 years. It was uh uh Curve had either a 4 or 5 year, kind of max. I forget which one it was. Curve Finance. But boy, oh boy, people who got early to that thing. Mm, mm. Yeah, it was a cash flowing machine. It was a cash flow machine. All right, fam. So there it is. A little back and forth with ChatGPT. I hope you guys are excited about it as I am. It's again, Flare Networks, in my humble opinion, is further along and bringing value to the XRP holder further along. And just look, to mint FXRP, FLR has to be collateralized. You got to provide FLL collateral. Agents got to have some FLR. You know, I get it. We still got flare drops. We got liquidity pools. We got RFLR. I get it. A lot of that stuff is ending in 2026, though. January 2026. January 2026 feels like just about the time we'll be in that latter part of the bull cycle, the really, really good one. We're going to get a pretty decent one here. Looks like mid-June to mid-July, something like that. But the one generally happens in the fall going into the following year. If you're paying attention. If you're paying attention. So, in any case, guys, I appreciate you guys being here. I'm really, really excited for the digital asset space as a whole, but especially for XRP holders and FLR Songbird holders. It's gonna be a cool cool deal. And again, what I'm seeing, Rich Cisneros, what I am seeing is it feels like Flare Networks is becoming the promise that Ethereum hoped to be. That's what it feels like to me. All right, fam. I'm gonna wrap it up. I appreciate you guys being here. It's been a really, really cool hang. Do me a favor, if you didn't get a chance to hit that like button on the way in, please do so on the way out. It's one of the greatest ways to support the channel. And if you happen to be in that 55% or so of people that are hanging out, listening to and watching the Crypto Siege, do me a favor. If you've been enjoying those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. By the way, link in the description. Old Money doesn't want you to when gear is out. You want to check it out. It's really, really cool stuff there. Nice colors for the ladies, all different kind of letters. Got some what do they call that? What's that gear? I keep forgetting that gear. The hunting camo. Got the camo, got the red, got the nice green, the nice gray. You'll like it. Check out the link in the description for sure. All right, guys, don't forget to ring that notification bell so you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old Money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye. Oh, Keelan's put the link in the chat for you guys. Check out the link. I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you soon.